Hey, John Bryant, to you, to me. This is John Bryant on the scene for a new state of being. I'm opening my introduction differently, but those of you who always say you know how I'm going to be coming at you, I'm coming at you straight but differently today. Okay, John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, CEO of Operation Hope. That's what you're used to. America's first nonprofit financial services network for the poor, the struggling class, the teetering class. Folks with too much month at the end of their money. People like you and me. Here to talk to you about Operation Hope, which was made possible by my work at Bryant Group Ventures, because I was the first investor. I was the first member. I was the first financier. I was the first backer. I'm going to get back to that in a minute. Operation Hope is the Starbucks of financial inclusion, ladies and gentlemen. Operation Hope is a private banker to the poor, the working class. Hey, Christopher Brown checking in. Hey, George Langston checking in. Sene Darbo from Tennessee. Denise. Okay. Operation Hope is the private banker for the working poor, the struggling class, the teetering class, folks with too much money at the end of their money, yes. But we're also your agent for change. And I get frustrated sometimes. I'm going to say lovingly frustrated. I'm not upset. Hey, Terrence. Hey, Jermaine. Hey, Greg. I'm not Charlotte in the house. I see that. Morris. Manny Yaga. Hello. Transformation Sleeve. Good afternoon. Stephanie Thurman. Hello. So I'm not getting upset. I'm not frustrated. I'm just coming at you straight and no chaser. Increasingly because there's a sense of urgency about what we're doing and used to want to be urgent too. So we need to stop the craziness, stop the madness, stop the crazy conversations about what's holding us back. I'm tired. You guys know I'm tired of the obsession about racism. Racism is sort of like rain. It's either falling someplace or it's gathering. So you might as well get out an umbrella in a color you like and start strolling through it, because it's not going to change, so you must. And racism against blacks, if you happen to be African American, is not the first racism in the world. There's racism against Latinos. Hello, look at the national politics. There's racism against different Asian groups. There's racism against Asian groups, okay? If you're in Japan, the light Japanese run the country. The dark Japanese are in the prefectures, right? If you're in Mexico, the light Japanese are, hey, Sir James, the light Japanese, I'm sorry, if you're in Mexico, the light folks in Mexico are Spanish descent. The Spaniards that came over and conquered the land. Then you've got the Aztec Indians who mix with the Spanish. They create the mestizo, that's the darker skin with the straighter hair. That obviously, in the Indian, comes over from the Bering Strait from Asia. So hello, Indians and Asians are connected, but that's a whole other story for a whole other time, because racism is so stupid. And my point is, and you have crazy people in parts of Europe who are actually lightening their skin so that they don't have to be dark. They want to be lighter. You go through the airport in South Korea, which I love the country, and you have actual signs, big billboards saying skin lightening. I'm tired, when you go back to, so are my Jewish brothers getting their rear end whipped? Go all the way to the story of Jesus, and you have examples of racism. Let's stop arguing over something that is as old as Jesus, old as life itself. Get over it, around it, through it. You're going to have to get to it, because you cannot change somebody else's heart. I'm not saying that there should not be groups fighting racism and bigotry. Yes, we should. Yes, they should. But that should not be your obsession. But that's not what this session is about. This session is about my frustration with folks who, when you bring them good common sense, they reject it because it doesn't fit their mind view. Don't bother me with the facts. I've already made up my mind. Don't bother me with the facts. I've already made up my mind. Hey, Sir James, come on over here and join this session with me. I'm going to ask you a couple conversations. My assistant, Sir James, don't even know I'm calling him. He's going to come in and I'm going to ask him a couple random questions. So I'm going to ask you some random questions. I see you all sign on. Terrence Sanders says, let's deal with some facts here. This is my assistant, Sir James, who's going to join this conversation. So this is a real black man here. He's not playing. This is a drill sergeant in the Marines. Loves his family enough, loves his kids enough to tell them straight and tell them hard what the facts are. He saw them they get distracted growing up in a difficult neighborhood, difficult situations, being pulled in different directions. He said to them growing up, look, you have two choices. I love you. You have two choices. I can put you through school, or I can put you through a wall.
Amen.
All right, and we got to start having some real conversations with folks about what it's like out here, because this is no joke out here, people. We got to be straight about this. And so, what am I talking about? I'm talking about people who, when they see my book, my last book, How the Poor Can Save Capitalism, and it just pains me that when I go to the Facebook page, I see a lot of these commenters are people of color. My mainstream folks get it. They got the memo on money. But my black and brown friends, down with capitalism. Capitalism is the reason that we this, and capitalism the reason we. What are you talking about? You have no idea what you're talking about. You're disengaged from any resemblance of facts, and you're infecting other people who want to get their life right. If you want to be miserable all by yourself. Don't drag somebody else down. You know, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. The path to hell is paved with good intentions. And it's what you don't know that's killing you.
Amen.
But you think you know. But you think you profess like you know. But you broke.
Oh, man.
You say down with capitalism. You're a capitalist yourself. The people writing the notes, I go to their Facebook page. They work at Joe's Sanitation Service, or they work at Jack's Trucking Company, or they work as a receptionist for Joe. You're a capitalist, and you're downing capital. You're literally picking off your leg and kicking yourself in the rear end. Capitalist, capital, comes from the Latin root word knowledge in the head. The word capital comes from the Latin root word. He can come down if he's just doing the work, if the workers are going in there. It comes from the Latin root word capital. It comes from the Latin root word knowledge in the head. Capital. Look it up yourself. The Latin root word capitas, knowledge in the head. It has nothing to do with money. Money. The Bible says money's not evil. It's the love of money that's evil. Capitalism's not bad. It's bad capitalism. It's fraud-based capitalism. It's folks pimping you. What did Malcolm X say? You've been bamboozled. You've been tricked. You've been fooled. Let me break this down for you. If you are working at a job, you're using your human capital to get a salary.
Talk to him.
You're using your human capital to earn a salary. You're trading your knowledge, your technical skills for a paycheck. You're not showing up for free.
That's right.
Sir James loves me. I love him. We got a good relationship. We boys, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we like each other at least twice a week.
That's it. Only twice.
Only twice. The rest of the time, we don't know.
That's right.
But that's better than most people.
That's right.
But Sir James needs a paycheck.
That's right.
Sir James has to pay his bills.
That's right.
Sir James got to pay his mortgage.
Amen.
Sir James got to take his wife out for dinner.
Oh, man. All the time.
Sir James got to go get her that Coach. Well, not Coach purse. You stepped it up.
Oh, yeah. Michael Kors.
Michael Kors purse. You can't buy that with no good intentions. You can't buy that with a dream. You can't buy that with an attitude. You better buy that with U.S. currency. You can't bring no other currency up in there. You better bring the currency of the nation you're in. Amen.
Amen.
You cannot pay your bills. Send your kids to college. Nobody wants to take care of your raggedy kids, because all these kids got attitudes and sense of entitlement, and they screaming and hollering. I'm sure they're lovely children. I'm not judging your kids. I'm saying all kids, including me growing up, were a handful. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Nobody's taking care of your kids unless it's your grandmother, unless it's somebody, your auntie or whatever, without a check. If you go on to daycare, you are paying somebody. Let me be blunt about this. Ladies, you got your hair done last week. Or they say you got your hair did. Did you pay them, or did they just do it for free?
Man, you paid them.
The hair salon is a capitalist enterprise. Brothers, you got your hair cut last week.
That's right.
Jericho says, preach. You got your, Brian says, got to learn to make the system work for us. This drives me crazy. Brothers, you got your hair cut last week. You went to a barber. My guy Keith comes over here. Brother, great guy, comes over here. But I got to pay that man. He's got bills to pay. He's got kids to get through school. Can we stop the craziness? Your barber is a capitalist. Even that inanimate object, that parking meter sitting in front of your job, that don't have a personality, don't have a heartbeat, don't have an opinion, has figured out capitalism when our dumb rear ends have not.
Amen.
It charges you for a fee to sit in front of it, but we can't figure out that we gotta understand this system, because if you don't understand it, it's gonna pimp you. And then we want to say when it pimps us, when we don't understand the system, that's racism. That's gentrification. No, look, let me explain something here. Explain something. Inner city residents, inner city neighborhoods, okay? This is centrally located real estate. White folks used to live there back in the 50s. They moved out of there, yes, maybe because y'all moved in. We moved in the case of black people, okay? Okay, cool, fine. They moved to the suburbs when there was no traffic congestion.
That's right.
But the traffic's everywhere now. They tired of driving 2 hours to get home. They're not hating on you. They're not trying to displace you. They see cheap real estate 10 minutes from their job. They're going to do the same thing that Sir James would do. Move.
That's right. That's right.
And when you sell your real estate for 10 cents on the dollar, when you don't pay your property taxes, but yeah, you at the club.
That's right.
You don't pay your property taxes for your grandmama's house that she donated to you, gave to you. You don't want the house out in the country. The country at some point is going to be the city, by the way. You don't want that. No, you want to go floss. You want to go get the apartment that you don't own in downtown.
That's right.
But you don't want to have a house in the hood. By the way, the hood here in Atlanta, anything from downtown all the way to the airport,
that's right,
it's all going to be revitalized. It's centrally located real estate. But when folks move in and pay, it's different if it's the Klan running you out.
That's right.
It'd be different if this was, the Rough Riders running you out, or somebody coming around with some guns. Get out that house. Sign this deed. No. We selling this, or we giving it away because we're not paying our property because we're financially illiterate. We can take our rent money, we take our mortgage money, and go to Jamaica.
That's right.
Go party. We got our raggedy rear ends up in some clubs paying $500 for a $20 bottle of champagne in some little raggedy VIP area that in the daytime look like a dog poo-pooed on it, but at night with dark lights, with some, looks like it's cool with some dudes standing there and as if that matters. None of that matters, and they are laughing at you. The owners of that club are laughing at you all the way to the bank. We run up our rear ends up in these clubs, dropping hundreds, thousands, in some of these cases, tens of thousands of dollars, like we doing something. And when we leave at 2 in the morning, the owners shut the club down, count the money, and go home to their comfortable house in their whatever energy efficient car they got. And we going home trying to figure out how we gonna hustle up rent.
That's right.
Why we not paying child support? Don't talk to me about what's not working and who's not doing something in your life when we're not doing the basics. You know how I succeed? I hustle.
That's right.
Every single day.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right.
I'm up. An entrepreneur works 18 hours a day to keep from getting a job. I hustle. You know how I do it, ladies and gentlemen? I hustle. My middle name is work.
That's right. That's right.
And I take no for vitamins. It's okay if you don't like me. I like me. Okay? Yeah, I know I'm imperfect. So what? So are you. But you know what? If I fall, I'm going to fall forward. Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. So when these fools come at me, talking about in the comments, oh, this whole thing is wrong. Haven't read the book? No, haven't read a book.
Oh.
Because we don't read anymore. We still talking about 40 acres and a mule. We need to be talking about 40 books in a bank account.
Whoa. Come on, man. Talk to him.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
That's right.
And by the way, my speaking fee, $25,000. I do this for free. That's 45 minutes. I do this for free for you. And yet, and by the way, I know most people are not going to listen. Some people see it as entertainment. Some people watch for a few minutes and they go on off to watch somebody set themselves on fire or talking to pedestrians or whatever. All this crap is not doing a thing for you. Not all these crazy videos on YouTube, all these crazy videos on Facebook, people jamming each other up, beating some folks up, cursing at each other. With the women of, what's these crazy shows? Hip Hop, Atlanta, which I watch as a social experiment just so I can understand what's going on. Do we use the word be, I won't say it, as if it is a verb.
Right, that's right.
It's become part of our language. What's wrong with it? This is wrong. Little kids are looking at us for how we behave. I'm not saying being perfect. I'm saying don't be ignorant. So when somebody comes at me And I love the jobs being created by Hip Hop Atlanta. But can we just lower the embarrassment level? Can we lower the absolute ridiculousness level so we don't look like an absolute fool to the entire world? Let me get back to this. And by the way, celebrities for what reason? Why are these people celebrities? I mean, it used to be for a reason, like people were acted and they put on a great performance, and we had celebrities for a reason. Now you're a celebrity because you're a celebrity? I don't get it. You should be listening to me, not because I'm a motivational speaker, because I am not. I work my tail off not to give speeches. That's why you gotta pay me so much. I don't have time and I'm not focusing on it. I work my tail off not to write books. That's why it takes 2 years for me to get a book out. I am an entrepreneur, a businessman, a CEO, an employer of over 200 people where I write a check for their payroll every 2 weeks. I have not missed a payroll in 25 years. You wanna ask me what I'm proud about? That's what I'm proud about. My employees know my check's gonna clear. My employees know their health insurance is gonna work. My employees know they can send their kid to school. They can walk in dignity into a health department. They can walk in dignity to their mortgage company. They can walk in dignity and go get that car that they wanted. They can walk in dignity and get the education they want to upgrade their skills. They know I got their back because I'm serious about what I do. Now, let me get back to the point. By the way, I'm not angry. I'm frustrated. I understand that 5% of you guys are going to listen to what I'm saying and going to act on it.
That's right.
I understand that. I'm going to do this video 50 times. Jamie's like, Jamie Nelson, my team, well, you did that topic already. I'm going to do it 100 times. You know that Dr. King gave the I Have a Dream speech 100 times before the March on Washington? And I'm sure the 88th time he was, why am I doing this? Right. Nobody listens. Nobody cares, right? I know you do care. I know you love yourself, but I know you're traumatized. Hey, Nicole, I know you're traumatized. I know that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. But I know that you are full of love and dignity and compassion to yourself, but you're surrounded by negativity, surrounded by ignorance. You're surrounded by, you can't go home and watch a TV set without being depressed and having somebody call somebody a B and an H and an N as if it's their first name, as if that's normal. You're surrounded by ignorance. You're surrounded by people who don't mean you any good and say they love you. I understand, when you don't see an entrepreneur, it's hard to be one. I understand when you've never seen a businessman, it's hard to be one. I understand when nobody's on a salary in your house, it's hard to understand something other than an hour-to-hour paycheck. I understand when the world seems to not be working around you, it seems like a conspiracy. I understand that, but that doesn't mean that all that's true. It doesn't mean that that's limiting who you can be. And what I'm trying to do is get you to break out of that, to become him, who just simply changed his mind. And he's had problems. He's had challenges.
Oh, yes.
He's fallen down.
Oh, yes.
But he's a strong man now who everybody I know comes to for wisdom, counsel, support. He's holding up a whole community. He was over here with his grandma yesterday. Not even his grandma, but he's adopted her, 94 years young. I even asked her for her phone number. She's so fine. All right? But he's supporting people in his life and supporting himself in part because I give him a paycheck.
That's right.
So let me get back to the topic. So you say down, and by the way, not you. I understand that you Todd says I appreciate this. I understand I'm not talking about the folks who are dedicated watchers of this channel, but some people just want to peep this. Like, what is he talking about? Some people just want to talk mess because they've got nothing else to do. You know it takes 7 muscles to smile and 35 muscles to frown?
That's right. Oh.
Do you know it takes energy to be a negative person?
That's right.
That's why they're on their desk exhausted and sleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because it takes energy being negative. Right. And they want to drag you down. Eagles don't fly in packs. You've never seen a flock of eagles.
That's right.
But buzzards are low altitude birds. Buzzards lower packs. Buzzards are always stepping on your head to elevate themselves.
That's right.
Buzzards are player hating, not player congratulating.
That's right.
But then you got the worst kind of birds. You got turkeys. Turkeys got wings and can't even fly. Just profiling, trying to be something they are not. Did we coordinate this? No. I called the man who was coming down my stairs. He had no intention of being on video today. But see, this is just common sense, right? I don't need to break this thing down. Do we want a hand out, Sir James, or a hand up? See, I need to break this thing down, right? Let me tell you something. Even if you want to distribute money like a socialist, you got to first collect money like a capitalist. See, he already knew what the answer was. I'm going to say it again. Because we need a socialist economy. What do you think the socialist economy got their money from?
Capitalists.
I've been to Norway. You want to talk about Norway. I've been to Sweden. You want to talk about Sweden. I've been to Holland. You want to talk about Holland. I've been to the Nordic countries with 3 million people in the whole country. Yeah, I had 3 million people in, 5 states in America, total, 3 million people. And I had a little oil under the ground. I could afford to take care of everybody too.
That's right.
And call it a utopia. I love these countries, but you can't compare that to America, the largest economy in the world, almost 400 million people. Come on, let's have a real conversation. In Norway, they found oil, ladies and gentlemen. In Sweden, they basically live on timber and all of their agricultural exports because it's like 3 million people in the country, love the country, and you got all this forest everywhere, and they just simply, that's their economy. And so they can afford to be generous and gracious and all that kind of stuff. You name the economy that says they're a socialist country, and I guarantee you I'll take you back to the capitalism that started it. Then somebody says, well, let's be like China. China is a communist country that picked capitalism.
That's right.
Do your research. Let's be like Russia. Are you kidding me? Russia's going broke. That's why they're talking all this mess. They're going broke. I mean, literally running out of cash. So they're trying to get into the fear industry business, trying to be relevant in the world. Don't trust me. Go look at your own research. Russia has been systemically going broke. And by the way, the richest man in the world, I probably shouldn't say this on live video, but I'll do it anyway, is probably Putin.
That's right.
Because he's robbing everybody in broad daylight out of the government till. I can't prove that, so this is not character assassination. I'm just saying it's been reported that we don't know where his wealth came from. I guess maybe he'd be able to prove it. But I'm about to tell you where wealth came from in a minute, all wealth. But it's been reported that it's just not easy to understand where the wealth came from. And he is super. He's so wealthy that he'd make Bill Gates look like a pauper. He make Oprah Winfrey look like she's homeless. That's how wealthy Putin is. Now, I'm not jamming him up. That's between him and his people in Russia and God. Let me set that aside for a moment. All wealth in the world that didn't come from war and government contracting and crime came from poor people.
That's right.
What do you think Walmart came from? There's a guy named Sam Walton.
That's right.
With a pickup truck and a storefront and a high school education, who worked his butt off like me, who hustled and built a business, and now is the largest retailer in the world. Name the company, I'll take you back to its immigrant.
That's right.
Humble beginnings. UPS, United Parcel Service.
That's right.
Jim Casey with $100 and a bicycle. Come on now. Talk to me with some facts and some sense, not with some emotions and some rhetoric. I know what I'm talking about. So we don't understand this game. We broke as hell, but we want to tell other people, don't go get the memo. Don't read the book. Don't get the lesson. And I'm not trying to sell you the book. I'll send you the stupid book. You write me an essay about, don't call somebody an essay, write me an essay. You write me an essay, you send it to my office, you put the energy in it, tell me why you want to be successful, tell me why I should want to invest in you, you put that energy into it, I'll send you a book.
That's right.
So I'm not trying to sell you a book, I don't need your money. You clear about that? Let me be more clear. I donate every dollar of any book purchased on this site for John Hope Bryant Live. I donated to Operation Hope. Now, I never said that to you before because I don't need the credit. But I'm just clarifying here. I'm not here for your money. Most people I know who need what I'm saying are less than a billionaire. Let me be blunt. Some of them are broke financially, but you are wealthy spiritually. I'm here for your wealth. I'm here to pour into you. I'm here to help you become more of who you can be. I'm here to help you see your potential. And what Operation Hope does is reintroduce you back to yourself.
That's right.
Because you were born beautiful, born amazing. And then the world taught you no.
That's right.
The world taught you can't.
That's
the
right.
world taught you impossible.
Well,
right? Take the world's can't and impossible out of your dictionary.
That's right.
Take all those negative people out your life.
Don't exist.
Anybody who's in your life where they say there's a glass is half empty and not half full, tell them to bounce.
That's right.
You can do bad all by yourself. I put on my page today, Quincy Jones told me, is the only thing worse than being alone is wishing that you were. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need no help. And by the way, I love peace and quiet. I don't need a whole bunch of people around me. You got to become reasonably comfortable in your own skin. You got to walk the road less traveled. You got to operate in a different way. You got to get the memo of what's going on. You got to understand that wealth is from the neck up, not the shoulders down. You got to understand there's a difference between being broke and being poor. Being broke is economic. Being poor is a disabling frame of mind, a depressed condition of your spirit, and you must vow never, ever, ever to be poor again.
That's right.
So I am talking to all the haters out there. I'm talking right to you. Bring me facts. I'm talking to people. You're not hating me because you don't know me. You don't know the facts. Don't stop talking to me about Black Wall Street being obliterated 100+ years ago. You don't even know those facts. First of all, oh, we can't do this thing. Black Wall Street was tried and they tore that up. And what are you talking about? That was a 10,000 person community in Oklahoma. It was built by black hands, built up from nothing, insurance companies, barbershops, banks, the whole thing, real estate, brilliant. And yeah, some racists came on one day and they burned the whole damn thing down. And may God damn their soul for doing it.
That's right.
All right, fine. Fine. What happened next? You don't get that story. We rebuilt it.
That's right. That's right. Ground up.
Ground up. Ground up. We rebuilt it. That's what you don't hear that story.
That's
and
right.
that neighborhood, that community thrived.
That's right.
For another 30, 40 years, it actually more than that, it thrived in the 1960s. You don't hear that part of the story, now do you? And it only went away because of integration.
That's right.
Because we decided we didn't want to go to the black barbershop anymore.
That's right.
We didn't want to just go to the black doctor anymore.
That's
we
right.
didn't want to just go to the 2 restaurants in our neighborhood anymore.
That's right.
We didn't understand recycling black dollars.
That's right.
So we just said, no, the glass, the water is colder over there.
That's right.
And we walked away from this community like we're walking away from inner cities now.
That's right.
Like you walking away from this book that I'm dang near giving you. But we gonna argue about a $20 book and what it is supposedly that I'm getting, and I already got, by the way, I'm good. Sir James will tell you how many times I waste $20.
Oh, man.
All right. I gave a guy $500 at lunch, didn't even know him.
That's right.
Right? So I don't want your money. I don't need your money. That's just your cynical mind trying to sabotage your success, or worse, you miserable. You want everybody else to be miserable around you because misery loves company. Let me tell you something. Hurt people hurt people. Did you hear that?
That's right.
Hurt people hurt people. Now I want you to spread this video far and wide. I got a video on here that's 3.4 million views. I'm just as frustrated on this one as I was on that one. So maybe you need to see me all amped up in order to spread the word. I want you to light this video on fire. I want you to hit the share button like your finger has just been cut loose on a radioactive robot machine and there's no stop button. Share, 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 share. I want you to get the word out. You bring these haters to me.
That's right.
You bring these folks who say capitalism doesn't work to me. Because the only people I know who are hating capitalism are broke people.
That's right.
I'm tired of being broke, aren't you? Because when you build some wealth and when you create some jobs, what did Van Jones say? The best way to stop a bullet is a job. What's our problem in our neighborhoods? We're broke. No woman wakes up in the morning and says, ooh, let me be a stripper.
That's right.
She's trying to make some money the only way she knows how. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, ooh, let me swing on a stripper pole. No, she's trying to make some money the only way she knows how is what she sees. Nobody gets up in the morning and says, ooh, let me be a drug dealer as my career.
That's right.
Or let me be a gangster as my career. Let me go steal these cars because that's what I want to do every day. They don't know what they don't know, but they're doing it for money. Even a woman stays with an abusive man because in part she's afraid if she steps away from him, her financial security will fall away.
That's right. That's right.
Sir James knows of an example.
That's right.
We're not going to tell some people's business
right.
of a lady who had a baby with a dude and basically hung out because of economics.
That's it.
And you got folks in our neighborhood filing bankruptcy, won't pay rent, filing bankruptcy, and then as soon as they get through the BK, a month later they want to go buy a BMW.
That's right.
What is wrong with us? We are brilliant. We need to start acting like it. You bring these haters to me. Don't argue with them. No, you bring them to me. I'll answer them because it makes no sense. Not a dang thing they're saying makes any sense other than they want you to be miserable too. These two hobos were at a train station. And they both jumped and kicked off the train. And they upset because they didn't buy a ticket, didn't have the money. Kicked off the train. Upset, they've been kicked off the train. So one hobo said, Sir James, I'm upset.
What about what?
I'm kicked off this train.
Why?
Well, I don't know why, they just being mean to me. I want to tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy this here train. The other hobo said, good, I'm gonna sell it to you. Both of them so broke they can't pay attention. See, this is our problem. We sitting here talking about other people. Rich people talk about ideas. And those who are successful take those ideas and don't just become a PhD, but a PhD too.
That's right.
They are out there hustling, working their tail off. And don't tell me you tried it for a year and it didn't work. Nothing works in a year.
That's right.
Don't tell me you tried it in 2 or 3 years. Nothing works in 2 or 3 years.
That's right.
I've been hustling for 25 years with Operation Hope Alone. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 10 years old, and I'm just now starting to enjoy the fruits of my labor. And I've been at this, I'm 50. I'm a young 50, but I'm 51, all right? Trying to make smart sexy, right?
Right.
But I've been hustling this entire time. And I just ran fast enough to outrun that punk called Lucifer, and that other punk called fear, and that other punk called failure. We are afraid to stand up and take our lives back. I'm saying it. And we need to put that devil down. We need to put the fear down. Because what's your alternative? To do nothing? Let me tell you something. I'm going to give you a money back guarantee. You buy that book or let me send it to you. If I send it to you for free and you don't like it, I'll give you $20 that you didn't pay. You buy it, I'll give you your money back, ×2. Donate it to your favorite charity, because it's just common sense. I'm not trying to get you to buy my book. Like I said, I don't care. But read a book, for God's sakes. Do something to challenge your mind, because obviously what we're doing as a group of people, as a race, as race is not working. Don't just be fascinated with the basketball player. No. I'm hanging around a dude, I'm not going to say his name, who owns a basketball team.
That's right.
And when I walk in with him, nobody knows who he is.
That's
He
right.
sits up on the 5th row. He's chilling. We're sitting there eating some old popcorn. Everybody's talking to the players that he's paying.
That's right.
There's two kinds of people, ladies and gentlemen. Those who write checks and those who cash checks.
That's right.
Right? The basketball players cash checks. This dude writes checks. He's a billionaire, multiple billionaire.
That's right.
Called my office the other day, his representative. Where do we wire this X millions of dollars that we have for John Bryan's? I mean, just talk about like I talk about like here's $5.
Yes.
Right? We got to get the memo, ladies and gentlemen. And then when you get the memo and you made some money, if you want to get that money back to your community, you want to then hook up your lazy cousin boo-boo sleeping on your couch, then that's your choice.
That's right.
But you can't tell me that you didn't try it, or you want to cite some little example 150 years ago when your cousin or your brother disrespected you last week. You don't have to go to white people if you're black and look for a devil in your life. You don't need to go if you're black and looking for a white devil. If you're white, if you're alternative, you're white, you're looking for a black devil. By the way, white folks ignorant too.
That's right.
There's more poor whites in America than poor anybody else. Right? Asians ignorant, Africans, everybody's got ignorance. Every family's dysfunctional. I'm not picking on black people.
That's right.
What I'm saying is that I'm tired of seeing people who are put down, who are already depressed, already screwed up. I'm sitting there trying to end poverty. I've dedicated my whole life to help you, and you won't even pick up a book. Forget coming to a seminar. Forget going to the credit counseling program. Forget signing up to 700 credit score communities. All my services are free.
That's right.
Free.
Free.
But you reject that and sit on your couch and watch some raggedy ass show that's not doing a thing for you, talking about some celebrities that don't care a thing about you, who not even celebrities, they're just reality whatever they are. And then you're gonna read some dogma that says that capitalism is, evil, and so what you gonna pick? Let me tell you something. Capitalism is like democracy. It's a horrible system except for every other system. So you tell me the system that works. I'll wait. But how did I build my work? I built that. Bryant Group Ventures. That's my brand. That's my name. I run it the way I run it, the way I want to. I do what I want, when I want, how I want. As a guy who had a car service, who drives me cash, and a minority immigrant who came from close to the Middle East and built a business, he said, I decide who gets in my car.
That's right.
I decide who gets out of my car. I decide when you get out of my car.
That's right.
I decide how long my vacation is going to be. If I want to work a little longer, take more vacation, I work a little longer. He's a capitalist, ladies and gentlemen. He's a business owner, and he dictates his own life. And what I do with the wealth from this is I started this, which is now helping you. Now, if I'm broke as heck, how am I going to do any of this?
That's right.
So, Sir James, you didn't know I was going to do this. Feel free to disagree with me all you want. Now, I'm the guy writing the check. You're the one, in this example, cashing the check, but you're also writing checks for other people. That's because right. I wrote a check for you.
That's right.
How much of this is making sense? Just talk to them straight, man.
Well, look, folks, it is straight. It is what it is. Naysayers and haters going to always be that. Naysayers and haters. It's coming. If you surround yourself with 9 broke people, you're going to be the 10th. Leadership is by example. Good leadership or bad leadership. Look, my motto is this here. Respect who you are, and people will respect you for what you are. Change is by choice, not your damn situation. Okay? Stop hating. It's time to get up and get real. 2 things happen when people get desperate. They get desperate and get serious, get a job, and take care of their business, or they get stupid, get a pistol, and they get tired.
Or dead.
Or dead. The 2 worst people in the world, often you, are the people that are dead or the ones that are locked up. So it's time for you to shut up and put up. It's time for you to put out or get out. But it's real in the field. This stuff this man is bringing you, it costs you $0 to take it all in. Once he gives it to you, it's up to you to do what you feel you need to do with it. Ignore it if you want to, and your situation don't change. Listen to what's coming to you. Inhale it. Digest it. Use it to help self, but even more important, use it to help others. That's my truth. I'm sticking to it. This man gives me a paycheck, but I don't just take his paycheck and spend it. I write checks for others. See, we passing the wealth. Stop living in the past. That living in the past is going to keep you confused, going to keep you down, going to keep you upset, going to keep you mad as hell.
Hanging around broke-ass people.
Look.
I ain't doing a damn thing for you.
Hanging on the corner with your pants hanging off your behind, with no job, no sense of direction, no motivation in life, is going to keep you right down there.
And haven't filled out a job application in a year and a half, but saying there ain't no jobs for you. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's like, there's some people conspiring against you. There's some people who don't like you just because you black, brown, Asian, white, whatever. Don't help them.
No, don't help them with the situation. And here's another thing.
Don't help them.
Folks that cannot intellectually compete with you are interested in bringing you down to their level instead of escalating you on up where you need to be.
Hurt people hurt people.
That's it,
If you depressed, you want everybody depressed around you.
I think the way the man said it, if I don't have a purpose in my life,
I'm going to make your life a living hell.
Amen.
If I don't like me, I'm not going to like you.
That's it.
If I don't feel good about me, I'm not going to feel good about you. If I don't respect me, don't expect me to respect you. That's my quote of the day, I think. If I don't love me, I don't have a clue how to love you.
And the biggest one, if I don't have a purpose in my life,
I'm going to make your life
a living hell.
Because whatever goes around
comes around.
And see, now we're caught into a vortex, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm talking about. You're caught into a negative vortex of negative energy, broke-ass people who don't have any wisdom, watching 10 hours of reality TV and a bunch of other crap, not watching the news, not watching international news, haven't been out of their neighborhood, not filling out job applications, not getting their hustle on, not figuring out what their trade is, not getting a bank account, not getting their credit score up, not starting a business. If you can't get a job, not going to create a job, but going to complain as a job. Their job is to complain. You cannot be black for a living, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Anymore. You cannot be white for a living. Anymore. You cannot be Latino for a living, Asian for a living, African for a living, anymore. Get your rear end up and get your life on, get your grind on, find you a skill and a tool and get to work, because nobody cares about your drama anymore. Nobody cares about your drama anymore. Go get a life. Go create one. Stop asking for somebody to do for you. Nobody cares. I'm not saying nobody should care. I'm just saying nobody cares. It's not about love or hate anymore. It's radical indifference.
That's right.
Nobody cares about you to hate you anymore.
That's right.
When I was telling brothers that Black Lives Matter, they shouldn't say that, I wasn't hating on that. I love being me. I love black. Of course, black lives. I was saying Black Lives Matter too is what you should be saying. That you're still saying it. And by the way, this is not my quote. I think it came from Rod McGrew, my best friend. I'm saying Black Lives Matter too, because that last piece gives the other person dignity.
That's right.
Talk without being offensive. Listen without being defensive. And always leave your adversary with their dignity. Because if you don't, they'll spend the rest of their life trying to make you miserable. You want to know the net effects of us doing Black Lives Matter and all this militant stuff and having minority, we victims? Who you got in Washington, D.C. right now? A bunch of folks just said, I have had enough and my pocket is on fire. I don't have a job, right? I'm white and I don't have a job. I'm white and I was laid off in 2009. I was making $120,000. Now I'm making $80,000 and I can't get home from my job that I don't even like because y'all blocking down the freeway. You locked down the off-ramp and I ain't do nothing to you. Do you think that creates more love for us, more compassion for our cause, or are you just pissing some more people off?
It creates resentment.
It creates resentment. And so people say, you know what, I've had enough of all this stuff. Y'all can just go away is what they say.
That's right.
That's why I showed you that private community over the weekend. Go back and watch that video. Private schools, private gated communities, private security, private roads, private islands, private lives. They're just like, whatever, do as you like. I'm trying to give you the roadmap. But you gotta take it. I am not talking about something I don't know. And by the way, I'm late for my own teleconference. I got a teleconference with somebody important, and I'm late by 5 minutes. My office is going crazy. I'm about to drop the mic here. But I just really, I'm not angry. Please, you've never seen me angry. Is that right?
That's right.
I'm not even agitated. I'm trying to pour into you everything I got. I'm telling you I love you in the most passionate way I can. Listen to Roland Martin. Listen to Van Jones. Listen to Andrew Young, Ambassador Andrew Young. Listen to Mark Mariel. Listen to the brothers like this man here, Sir James Buchanan. Listen to your elders. Watch who's succeeding and who's not. Follow those role models and you will find a commonality of themes. They are optimistic people. Find your path, find your light, and you'll find your life. I'm out.